Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, all the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There's a link to our Facebook, we'd love to have you join that. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and help me grow in YouTube world. Well, today I don't have a card to show you or any project because I started designing it, but I didn't finish it, so I figured I'd just do it now. So we're going to wing it. It's my Mother's Day card. So what the set we're going to be using today is this mega suite. It's called Unbounded Beauty, and beautiful samples here. And in the suite, this is on page 52, 53, 54, and 55. We have 2 stamp sets with dies, glimmer paper, DSP, and some bling. So let me show you all those and then we'll get started. The 2 stamp sets, Unbounded Love and Flowers of Beauty, and I have played with this a little bit. These have just great verses, and you can mix and match. Hope is leaving in a brighter tomorrow, love. You can just mix and match any way you want. But the other thing that's really cool about this set is the dies. We got all kinds of different shapes. And there's this one, because I did cut out a piece with this. We're going to be using it. But just beautiful shapes for sentiments or, whatever you want to use them for. Then the Flowers of Beauty has its 2-step stamping. And we're going to be using some of the flowers. I don't know which ones yet. And these have dies to cut. Oop, there we go. The flowers. It also has 2 standalone dies with some sprigs, and I did already cut those out. We may cut some more out, so I'm leaving them out. And so we have those dies. And then we have the DSP, which is absolutely gorgeous. Just got thumb here quickly so you can see what it looks like. Love this one. Very beautiful. And then we have glimmer paper. In all of this suite is all about the ink colors. All the 5 new ink colors are in it. So we've got Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie. Getting those names down. So we have Peach, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, and Shy Shamrock, and Glimmer. Always use glimmer paper. And there is a set of embellishments, which I thought I got out a minute ago. Maybe I didn't. Just one moment. I may have. I did. They're right there. This is all the ink, and these are resin dots. Now there is another set. These are the Shimmer gems. I'm not sure if I'm going to use one or both of these today, so I've left both of those out. Like I said, I'm just sort of winging this card. I designed what I wanted to make, sort of this style of card, but it's a Mother's Day card. I'm going to pull in another stamp set. I'm pulling in flower card for the Happy Mother's Day. And so let's get started. I do have some pieces cut out over here. We're going to make a Z-fold card. And this is Petunia Pop and Pretty in Pink we're going to be using. So the first thing we need to do is do some scoring. And we are going to score, this is 11 by 4 1/4, and we are going to score at 2 3/4. And 5 1/2. So we have that, and that should be the end of the scoring. And then this one will just fold back like that. Now, all the dimensions, if I forget to give you a dimension, all of them are going to be in the description below. So, we'll start with the layers that go on this. And I've actually got them numbered. I've cut them in order so the pattern continues through. I like to do that, but you don't have to. It's up to you. So, the cardstock on the first two is Pretty in Pink, and they are both 2.5 by 4. The cardstock on the larger piece is 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP, the first two are 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, and the next one is 5 by 3 3/4. So, grab some glue. Like I said, I figured out the style and the paper, but how I'm decorating it is still up in the air. I cut a couple pieces out, and I've got the arrow on here for a reason, so I know which way I'm putting the paper. It's not that the paper's that directional, but I want it to match my other pieces. There is nice 1/4 inch borders on this. So I'm actually leaving those on there until I mount them on the card base itself. Yeah, like I've told you, I've been working in the living room since my mother's out there all the time. And it's really hard to design a Mother's Day card when she's sitting right there. So, I cut the pieces. She didn't know what I was cutting, but the rest we had to take away. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put these on. Just like that. And number 2. And number 3. So now we can take all these, my little Post-it notes off, and you can see that my pattern just sort of carries through, which I think it makes it large. If there's a distinct pattern, I think it makes it look just a little bit nicer. So that's the base of the card. This is a piece that's going to go across here. So you are going to see some of it's going to be missing. And this first one is Petunia Pop, and it is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. Then we have Pretty in Pink, which is 4 1/2 by 3, and then we have some white that is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So the pink one is going to go on the Petunia Pop, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now this white piece, I want to take and emboss this, and I decided I was going to use the distressed tiles to do that. So we'll set those back here out of the way, and I'm going to grab my embossing machine and some plates. We need plate 1 and plate 4. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. It's a small piece, but I just wanted a little bit of texture on it. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to add a little color to that. I still may. I'll think on that for a second here. Like I said, I have a vision in my head what I want the card to look like, but I don't know. Let's see here. This is quite nice. Now I did cut some pieces out already. This is some Summer Splash, and this is Shamrock. And I cut this one out too. I'm thinking I'm going to leave I'm not going to put any color on that. I'm going to leave it blank. So what I do need to do, I know we're going to be cutting this apart a little bit, but I do need a white piece to put my sentiment in. So we need to cut another one of these. Let's start with that. And I do need another piece of white cardstock. I just realized I did not cut one for the inside. So just one moment while I grab a sheet of white paper, or some white paper. I think this piece will work because the inside is the same as the white piece on the front. So that is 4 1/4. What did I say? That was 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So we'll need that for the inside because we're going to need to stamp on that. And then we need another piece of white. Like I said, I'm pretty much winging this as we go. Don't know if this is big enough. No, it's not. Looking at my scraps to see if I have anything big enough. Here we go. Now to scrap big enough. So you're seeing this tomorrow, which is be Monday. I'm filming this on a Sunday, which is cold and blustery outside. So we're gonna cut this out of white. So when you cut this piece out, there'll be a white piece here that we can put in, cut back in. So I grab a little cranky. And grab some plates. There's plate 1, plate 2. And another plate 2. You don't have to use both machines. It's easier to move the little one around, and it's sitting right next to me. Now I have with these details in there, I have decided that rolling it back does help, especially on the Glimmer paper. It needs the second pass through to really get a nice even cut. Now, let's pull this. This is the piece we really need. But we do have, down here, well, we got a nice white frame here. And I'm not going to poke all the pieces out right now, but I'll find some way to use that white one later on some other project. So I'll set that off to the side. Okay, now I think we need to stamp some flowers. I'm going to set this off here because I want some flowers on this. So I'm not sure I'm going to use the big ones. I think I'm going to use these smaller ones here. So let's get those out. And there is an inside piece, this one right here. I have not used it yet, but I think we're going to. So what I'm going to try to do, let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm letting the paper, the DSP, direct how I'm stamping. So if you look at here, they've put the Petunia Pop inside the flowers. And so I think I'm going to do the same thing. So let's get some more scraps over here. I think there's a die to cut. I know there's a die to cut the big one. I'm assuming there's a die to cut the small one. There is. There's both of them. So grab me some blocks here. I actually do have my verses already off to the side. because I knew what verses I wanted to use. Okay, and let me grab a mat here real quick. So I think I'm going to stamp maybe 2 of each. So we're going to grab the Pretty in Peacock, or Pretty in Peacock. That's good. Pretty Peacock? No. Pretty in Pink. And I'm not stamped with this particular stamp yet, so let's do that. Let's put the little ones on this piece here. Oh, we have room for both on this here, I think. Oh, that's a cute little flower. We'll do 2 of those. And we'll do 2 of these. And then we'll do the insides. And I've showed this one before, how it's got this one piece here. It lines up really easily. I'm going to stamp off. Oh, that's pretty good. There's that one. And let's see how this one lines up. Like I said, I haven't played with this one yet. Goes like that. So there looks like a little, if you can see it right there, there's like a little single bud right here, and it goes where this one is open. Not too bad. That one's a little better. Now I've got all this out, and I still need to do something on my envelope. So why don't I grab my envelope while we're doing that? And I'm going to grab these flowers one more time. I'm going to do a large one and 2 small ones. Make a little cluster there. And what to do with that one? All right, we're done with that one, and then we got this one here. Okay, now we need to put some centers in these flowers to make it look more like our paper. So I'm going to grab the Petunia Pop and another block, because I didn't put that stamp on a block yet. So this one you can definitely tell which way is up, and then you can see the flowers here, so it would go right over the stems here, just like that. And I'm pretty sure we're going to want to go full strength. Yeah, full strength. Like that. And only on the big ones. Okay. Just haven't decided on what color I'm going to stamp the saying yet. I thought about embossing it, and I decided not to do that. So I'll think on that as we're cutting these out. So we're going to cut these out real fast, and then we will see what else, what other trouble I can get into. These go on here very nicely. I'm going to grab a couple Post-its. And then the little one, like I said, it's this one I haven't done before, so it might take me a minute here. Figure out how it lines up. That's definitely not it. it's this way. There we go. Okay. There is a deeper, you see the flower here, it's deeper in this one, and this one goes in further, and that's the way it goes. Once you do it, it's, you know, the first time it's like, okay, maybe the second, then you get it and you go, okay, I got it. But I've used this, not the small one, but I've used this set a couple times now. I like it. Oh, and this is why I use it, and it still slid. It slid. Let's cut the others out, then we'll worry about it. Maybe we won't worry about it. Maybe I'll just trim it off and still use it that way. It happens even putting tape down sometimes. But I don't want the second one just to slide on me, so we're gonna I'm going to make a cluster any of flowers, so I can we can fussy cut that a little bit and make it work. Just because something didn't die cut properly doesn't mean you can't use it. Shasta's in here with me. You guys didn't even hear her. She's so quiet all the time. She's the quiet kitty. She's curled up on her blanket asleep. She's listening to me. She looks up every once in a while. But she's the quiet one. Smokey's the noisy one. Okay. I just had... There's that one. Okay. Just make sure I picked up my dies and put them where they belong. Okay. Let's pull this out. I still need to decide what color I'm going to do this, and I think I'm going to do it in Petunia Pop. My mother does like pinks. And on the outside, we're going to write Happy Mother's Day. And right in the center like that. I'm going to stamp here first to see how straight I am. Need to turn down a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. Now, the inside of my card, I have to leave a place for me and my sister to sign, but right here I'm going to put "You Are Loved." And I'm thinking maybe we need to put some flowers on that, but I'll think on it for a little while. And if you need more place to write, you can make a bigger panel for the back side as well. All right. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here. Or do I want to put some color behind this? I'm thinking. If I used a little bit of pink, I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper because, yes, I'm on my glass mat, but I did get my chamois wet and it's dried out over here. They get rather hard when they get dry, but they get softened up as soon as you get them wet. I am going to put a little bit of pink on this. And yes, I know it looks like there's purple on there. It's just stained because I actually washed this brush the other day, so I know it's clean. I'm going to go off here, and I'm just going to go very lightly. just to bring out that detail on that. I'm not pushing it hard at all. Oh, that looks good. See how we've brought out that detail in there. Okay, so let's put this on here. Okay, and we know this is going to go lay inside of this. Lays right in there just beautifully. Now, I'm going to see here. I'm going to attach these. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to get rid of the paper too. I don't want it sticky to it. I'm going to use some plain old Scotch tape. And just catch the edge of that. Like that. And a little bit on this corner here. Just to hold it all in place while I'm building the rest of the card. No one's going to see it. It's behind. But that'll hold that in there. Because I want to put all my flowers and stuff behind that. So, here's the three that are okay. This one is pretty sad. Snips. But you know, doesn't mean we can't make this flower work. We'll just do a quick little fussy cut. Like that. Now we have a different shaped flower. So let me see where I'm going to go with this now. Now I do need to bring my base back down here now. Because we have limited space. We can go off the top over this, but we can't go too far or we'll be outside of the frame of the whole card. So we can go up quite a ways there like that, which I do like. I'm going to grab a block here just to help hold this down right there. So we can come up a little ways on there. And then this one, I think I would like, I'm going to cut this one up a little bit. There is nothing says you can't cut your glimmer paper and make it do what you want. I cut this little sprigs off the top here. About like that. And I want another little sprig off this side, I think. I'm just sort of laying this out so I have an idea of what I've got here. Trying to decide if this is too much. It may be too much. I like these, but I think it might be too much. Okay. I'm thinking leaving it like that, keeping it really, I like that, just like that. Now don't worry about these pieces. We'll use those on the inside. So let me pull these out here. I have a rough idea where this is going to go. It's going to go off about like that. So what I'm going to do is these pieces down here that are larger. Just going to put little drops of glue on these where there's open spots. I don't need it to go all the way up to the top. Underneath will do. So just put little dots here and there, drag a little glue down the stem. I'm going to just really quickly, that looks good. Okay, next we're going to put this up. Now I'm going to put this up on Dimensionals. No, I'm going to leave this flat, and then I'm going to put the flowers up on Dimension. No, I'm going to put this on Dimensionals too. Like I said, I'm just winging this as I go here. And I have some long strips here, so I'm going to clip off some strips. Because once again, I want to go in here and try to go right at the edge and hook those two pieces together. And got another piece here. Use those side scraps off your Dimensionals. Don't throw them away. There we go. I'm gonna put another little piece down one here. I know the end's not going anywhere on me, but I want to make sure that this is very secure. Whoop. And I do have one little piece that did not get out of there when I was doing it. Now these I'm going to leave floating. So I'm still debating about putting some ribbon in the middle of this too. Thinking about sticking a little sprig of ribbon through here, or putting a nice bow right here. Thinking a nice bow. So let's put a dimensional on these. Put that one in the corner. Actually, bear with me, I forgot that we're already up on Dimensionals. So what we need to do is put 2 Dimensionals on these, stack them. Oh, don't stack them, sorry, don't stack them, sorry. You need to put glue on. You need to put glue, a little glue on that side. And only Dimensionals on this side, because it'll rest on the tag. And this one, we'll just make sure it is just off the tag. Like that. So, let's go ahead and put this on the front of the card, and then I will figure out how we're going to finish blinging this card up. So I only want to put glue on this side here. I'm going to flip it over. Line that all up. Let that sit for just a second. And then we're going to go ahead and put this piece in. I put this piece in last, so I make sure it's going to be centered. You don't want to see it from the outside. I'm going to go ahead. I was going to stamp on this, but I'm going to use the pieces that I already die cut to make a little spray on the inside here. I really don't care how thick this one is because it's not being mailed. But if you are mailing it, you might want to stamp instead of putting extra sprigs in here. I still want to keep it inside that frame though, pretty much, so she doesn't see it. Put that there. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. I figured it out. we're going to take a couple dimensionals. I'm only going to use one on each of these in the center because I'm going to stick the sprigs around it. Then what we're going to do, we're just going to take some of these sprigs and put them up here. So I'm going to put this one this way because it's really long. Get it back down inside the frame of that piece there. Yeah, we're still good. This one's so cute. And I can stick him all the way down there. Sometimes you just, like I did, I just started cutting a few pieces out of Glimmer paper and just started, you know, playing. That's half the fun, it's just playing until you get what you want. I'll put a dot right here. And you know what? I'm not sure I want to use any more. I think those 2 sprigs are enough. So don't throw these away. I'll put them with the other pieces, put them back in the box, and use them for something else. Now, I'm not quite done yet. I want some ribbon on this. I want some bling on this, a lot of bling. So ribbon. What color do I want to use? Do I want to use one of the in colors or do I want to use white and silver? Trying to decide what color I like the best. I'm going to go with the Petunia Pop. I'm just going to make me a little bow. Do a bunny ear bow. Yeah, my poor, if you're looking at my manicure, it's awful right now. Sorry. It's planting season. I took the opportunity to get the tomato plants in the middle of a light rain shower yesterday, and I got more planting to do this week. So hopefully the weather will improve. It's supposed to get warm finally at the end of the week. We're talking in the low 80s. I'm like, thank you. It's not fun to go out and have to do your planting when it's raining outside. But I order my tomato plants from a nursery back east. And it's, I've had them for a week, so it was time to get them in the ground. Well, in my pots. I grow my tomato plants in big, huge barrel-sized pots. It keeps the critters out of them. Helps keep the critters out of them. Because we have all kinds of fun critters around here. We have deer, and we have coyotes, and lots of bunnies who love to eat all the leaves off of your tomato bushes. I'm going to put that there, I think. And now I'm going to put some bling on this. And the question is, do I want these or these? Or do I want to use rhinestones? I'm going to use these, the Petunia. I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And I'm going to put a couple around here. Actually, I'm going to use a couple petal pink too. Or petal pink, pretty in pink. Oh, you're going to love this. Everybody will mess up the names for a while. I think I'm going to leave the card like that. So that's my Mother's Day card, because Mother's Day is next Sunday. And I think it's rather pretty. I think she'll like it. Hello, Shasta. You want to come up and say hi to everybody? Hey. No, you just found Mama's ribbon box. Just a moment. I keep my ribbon in a box that the cats can't get into because they love to play with the ribbon. So, thank you for joining me today. I assure you the next 2 videos for this week will not be, I've already designed them and figure out what I'm doing. But this one I couldn't do in the living room, so I had to do it in here. So, everybody have a wonderful Monday and a great week, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Goodbye.